Have you ever wondered how successful people set their goals? Well, we're here to unravel that mystery for you. Setting effective goals is not just a skill, it's an art. It's a crucial element that bridges the gap between aspiration and reality, both in personal and professional spheres of life. It's not about merely jotting down what you want, but strategically planning your journey towards achievement. So, are you ready to transform your dreams into tangible targets? Let's delve into the step-by-step process of setting effective goals. The first step to setting goals is defining what you want to achieve. This is the cornerstone of successful goal setting. Let's explore this further. Imagine you're on a journey. You wouldn't start without knowing your destination, right? The same applies to setting goals. Without a clear target, your efforts may scatter, leading you off course. That's why defining your objectives is crucial. So, how do we define our objectives effectively? We use the SMART method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This approach ensures your goals are well-defined and realistic, increasing your chances of success. Let's break it down. First, be specific. Clearly outline what you want to accomplish. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I want to run a 10K." The latter gives you a precise target to aim for. Next, make sure your goal is measurable. How will you know when you've achieved your goal? If your goal is to run a 10K, you'll know you've succeeded when you cross that finish line. The third aspect is achievable. Is your goal realistic given your current resources and constraints? If you've never run before, it might not be realistic to aim for a marathon in 1 month. A 10K might be a more achievable first step. Your goal should also be relevant. Why is it important to you? If you're motivated by improving your health and endurance, a running goal aligns perfectly with your values. Lastly, your goal should be time-bound. When do you want to achieve it? Setting a deadline such as, "I want to run a 10K in 3 months," creates urgency and keeps you motivated. Now, it's your turn. Take some time to ask yourself these key questions. What do you want to accomplish? Why is this goal important to you? How will you measure success? Is it realistic given your resources and constraints? And when do you want to achieve it? Remember, having clear objectives is the foundation of successful goal setting. With this foundation, you're well on your way to achieving your goals. Now, let's move on to the next step, breaking down long-term goals. But that's a topic for another time. If your goal is long-term, it's essential to break it down into smaller steps. Yes, indeed. This is the magic of making big dreams more manageable. Picture your long-term goal as a colossal mountain. From afar, it might seem impossible to reach the peak, but once you start hiking, with every step you take, you're getting closer to the top. The same principle applies to your long-term goals. Let's dive into how you can create intermediate goals. Begin by identifying the main components of your long-term goal. Each of these components can be considered a milestone on your journey. For example, if your goal is to write a novel in 2 years, your milestones might be completing the outline, finishing the first draft, editing, and finally publishing the book. Now, assign a timeline to each milestone. Remember to be realistic and considerate of your pace and capacity. This will give you a sequence of mini goals to reach, each building upon the other, eventually leading you to your ultimate long-term goal. Next, we need to understand why breaking down goals is so impactful. Firstly, it helps in tracking progress. With smaller, measurable goals, you can easily see how far you've come and how far you need to go. It's like having a progress bar for your dream, updating real-time with every milestone you achieve. Secondly, these intermediate goals maintain motivation. Achieving mini goals gives you a sense of accomplishment and success. It fuels your motivation and keeps you going. It's like a pat on the back, reminding you that you're on the right track, you're making progress, and you are capable of achieving your long-term goal. Lastly, breaking down your long-term goals also aids in identifying potential challenges. Each milestone serves as a checkpoint, offering an opportunity to reassess, adjust, and adapt your approach if necessary. In essence, Breaking down long-term goals into smaller, manageable steps is like creating a roadmap to your success. It provides clarity, keeps you motivated, and makes the journey towards your ultimate goal less overwhelming and more enjoyable. Breaking down your long-term goals makes them more manageable and achievable. So go ahead, start dissecting those big dreams into bite-sized pieces and take one step at a time towards your success. When you have multiple goals, prioritization becomes key. Indeed, having a multitude of goals can be likened to having a plate full of delicious meals. While they all seem appetizing, you can't possibly consume everything at once. The same rule applies to your goals. You can't chase them all simultaneously. You need to prioritize. But how do you do that? Well, you start by evaluating each goal based on its importance and urgency. Ask yourself, which goal will bring the most significant positive impact to my life? And which goal needs immediate attention? Once you've figured out the importance and urgency of each goal, rank them. The goal with the highest importance and urgency should be at the top of your list, followed by the next important and urgent, and so on. Remember, you're only human. You can't split your focus too thin. Concentrate on a few key goals at a time, and you'll find yourself less stressed and more productive. Prioritizing your goals helps you focus and avoid feeling overwhelmed. The more specific your goals are, the easier it becomes to work towards them. Now, that's a simple statement that holds a lot of truth. To illustrate, let's consider this. Instead of saying, "I want to get better at cooking," you could say, "I want to learn how to make 5 new pasta dishes by the end of the month." Notice the difference? The latter goal is not only specific, but it also gives you a clear target and a timeline. It's concrete, measurable, and time-bound. It's not just about getting better at cooking, it's about mastering 5 new dishes within a set time. This specificity brings a sense of purpose and direction to your efforts. It allows you to focus and eliminates ambiguity. So, when setting your goals, be as specific as possible. Use concrete language and numbers. Define what success looks like to you. Being specific about your goals brings clarity and direction to your efforts. Deadlines are crucial in the goal-setting process. They serve as the heartbeat of your goals, pumping urgency and accountability into your journey towards achievement. Imagine you're setting out on a road trip. Your destination is your goal, and the estimated time of arrival, that's your deadline. Without it, there's no sense of direction or pace. Now, let's talk about this in the context of your goals. A deadline gives you a time frame, a finish line that you're striving to cross. It provides a clear endpoint to work towards, making the path forward less daunting. Remember, a deadline isn't just about marking a date on the calendar. It's about creating a timetable for progress, a schedule that can help you assess and adjust your efforts as you move forward. It's your personal countdown clock, ticking away, reminding you of the commitment you've made to yourself. So, embrace the deadline. Make it your ally in the pursuit of your goals. Setting deadlines creates a sense of urgency and accountability. An action plan is your roadmap to achieving your goals. It's the sequence of steps that will carry you from where you are now to where you want to be. But how do you create this so-called roadmap? Let's break it down. First, start with the big picture. What is the ultimate goal you're striving for? Keep that in mind as your destination. Now, think about the different routes you can take to get there. These routes are your strategies, the broad approaches you'll take to reach your goal. Next, within each strategy, identify the specific actions you need to take. These are the equivalent of the turns, stops, and detours you'll make along your route. For example, if you're planning a road trip, you don't just decide to drive west. You plan your journey, identifying the highways you'll take, the cities you'll pass through, and the places where you'll stop to rest and refuel. Your goal-setting journey is no different. But an action plan isn't just about the steps you'll take. It's also about the resources you'll need along the way. Just as a traveler might need a map, a full tank of gas, and a packed lunch, you'll need resources to help you achieve your goals. These might include skills you need to develop, people who can support you, or physical resources like money or equipment. Finally, assign a timeline to each action. Deadlines not only keep you on track, but also create a sense of urgency that can spur you into action. Be realistic with your timelines though. Setting unattainable deadlines will only lead to frustration and could derail your entire plan. Remember, your action plan isn't set in stone. It's a living document that can and should be adjusted as you progress towards your goal. You might discover a faster route, encounter unexpected roadblocks, or even decide to change your destination. That's okay. The important thing is to keep moving forward, adjusting your plan as needed to stay on the path towards your goal. A well-thought-out plan makes your goals more achievable. While challenging yourself is good, it's equally important to stay realistic. Now, what do we mean by realistic? It's about setting goals that are within your reach, given your current circumstances and resources. Let's say you're a beginner guitarist and you set a goal to master a complex piece in just 1 week. Now that's a steep hill to climb. Instead, consider setting a goal to learn the basic chords first, or perhaps to practice for a certain amount of time each day. Remember, there's a difference between challenging and unattainable. Striving for the stars is great, but don't set yourself a goal to reach Mars in a homemade rocket. By setting achievable goals, you'll be more inclined to stick to your plan and less likely to feel overwhelmed or give up. So when you're setting your goals, ask yourself, can I realistically achieve this, given my current resources, skills, and constraints? It's all about striking a balance between ambition and practicality. Keeping your goals realistic prevents frustration and keeps you motivated. Regularly tracking your progress is an integral part of goal setting. It's like having a personal GPS system that guides you toward your desired destination and keeps you from straying too far off course. So how can you effectively track your progress? There are several ways, and the method you choose largely depends on the nature of your goal. For instance, if your goal is to lose 10 pounds in 3 months, you might want to use a health tracking app or a simple journal to record your daily diet and exercise regimen. This will provide you with tangible evidence of your efforts and allow you to see the direct impact of your actions on your progress. Alternatively, if your goal is to learn a new language, you could set specific milestones to reach each month, such as mastering a certain number of words or phrases. You could then use language learning apps or online platforms to track your learning progress. In addition, it's important to regularly check in with yourself. Reflect on your actions, your successes, and your challenges. Ask yourself, am I moving closer to my goal? What's working well? What's not working? And how can I improve? Remember, progress may not always be linear. There might be days or even weeks when you feel like you're not making headway. Don't be disheartened. Instead, see these moments as opportunities to reassess and recalibrate. This is where the power of adjustments comes into play. If you find that certain strategies aren't working, don't be afraid to change them. If you're consistently missing your milestones, it could be a sign that your timeline is too ambitious, or that you need to devote more time or resources to your goal. Making timely adjustments can help you stay focused, motivated, and on track. In summary, monitoring progress isn't just about checking boxes or ticking off tasks. It's about maintaining a clear view of where you are, understanding where you need to go, and being flexible enough to adapt your strategies as needed. Monitoring your progress allows you to stay on track and make necessary adjustments in a timely manner. It's your personal compass, guiding you towards your goals and helping you navigate the journey to success. Celebrating your successes, no matter how small, is crucial. It's the moment of triumph, a testament to your hard work, dedication, and resilience. But it's more than just that. It's about acknowledging the journey, the hurdles you overcame, the lessons learned, and the growth experienced along the way. Celebrating achievements isn't about being boastful or arrogant. It's about giving yourself a well-deserved pat on the back, a moment to bask in the glory of your accomplishment. It serves as a powerful reminder of your capabilities, reinforcing your belief in yourself and your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. And it's not just about the big wins. The small victories, those little steps forward, are equally important. Each one is a piece of the puzzle, a building block in the structure of your larger goals. So take time to celebrate these moments, revel in them. They are your fuel, your motivation, your push to keep going. Celebrating achievements boosts your confidence and motivation, propelling you towards your next goal. Setbacks are a natural part of goal setting. They're the unexpected detours on our journey to success, the speed bumps that slow us down but also force us to reassess our path. But here's the thing about setbacks. They're not roadblocks, they're opportunities. When we face a setback, it's easy to feel discouraged, to feel like we've failed. But what if we reframed our thinking? What if we saw setbacks as a chance to learn something new about ourselves, our abilities, our resilience? Each setback is a lesson in disguise, teaching us what works and what doesn't, showing us where we need to grow. So the next time you encounter a setback, don't let it deflate you. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better, stronger, more adaptable? Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Embrace setbacks as they provide valuable lessons for growth and improvement. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Goal setting starts with defining clear, smart objectives, breaking down long-term goals into manageable steps and prioritizing them. Make your goals specific and set realistic deadlines. Create an action plan and stay realistic to avoid frustration. Visualize success, monitor your progress regularly and stay flexible. Seek support and celebrate your achievements along the way. And most importantly, learn from any setbacks. Remember, setting effective goals is a journey, not a destination. Keep exploring, learning and growing,